right, YouTube, here we go. Hey, we got the outward leading edge, not trailing. This is a trailing edge up here. The leading edge done on both wings. Well, let me back up. Not quite done. You will find that you can use the LP4 4.3s. This is Vans allows you to use those. Even on this outward, even though you can get to it, you can buck that. But Vans in the plans, well, it's optional. You can use them if you want. The purists were like, go ahead and do it, rivet it, buck it, do whatever. Yeah, okay. So, but the thing is there's only one rib that you can attach. Well, you can attach them all, but you won't be able to use your pneumatic squeezer, and your hand squeezer is going to be tight as well. So there's a tool that Avery makes for the RV12, but you can use it for this. And what it does is I have to show it to you when it gets here. So I'm going to leave these, instead of trying to force the squeezer or the hand squeezer in there and everything, I'm just going to leave them attached like with Cleco like they are now. And then I will come back. I was able to get a few, but then, like I said, I was bending this rib quite a bit, and I just didn't like it. So I'm going to get the tool, and we will proceed once that tool's in here. I'll show it to you. It's basically a flat bar with a 10-degree angle to it, and it allows you, instead of having to come straight in like this and trying to get in there, it allows you to come in at an angle and get them. And then what that does is on the bottom, though, it's flat, perpendicular to the thing, so you get your rivet is set flat instead of at an angle. Yeah, so I'll get that. Also, I was able to get, let me see if I've got it here. Yep, I got the long piece. This came from ATA, Aircraft Tool Supply. This is a 6-inch. I don't think it's 6 inches. Well, it's 6 inches total, but it's about 4.5 inches. But that was more than enough clearance to get in here. Now you have to make sure your springs are moved, but that allows you to get in there just barely, but it's enough to get these riveted in. It's this last one is the one. Everything else clears without a problem. So I got that in, so we were able to complete that. So everything else, I'm going back through, inspecting, just looking at parts and pieces and all sorts of stuff. Like I said, I did tag this. This needs to have a safety wire. If you guys saw yesterday, I put this safety wire in using my DMC tool, not Run DMC, but my DMC tool. I did check that crimp is correct. I thought that crimp would be closer, but because this is what they call a low profile crimp, it actually places it away from it. It's not as tight to the bolt there, but that is kosher. I did validate that. Like I said, this is loose. There's a servo that goes in here, so I don't want to torque these down until I get that servo in there, because this adjusts back and forth this way. That's why it's tagged, so I can't miss it and everything. But other than that, yeah, I mean, we've got the wings in and done. I will get them in their cradle when I get extra hands in the shop to help me move them. I'm not going to move them by myself. I've got too much time and money invested. I'd hate to hang these on the wall of shame. And by the way, the wall of shame, I don't have one. Oh, I just probably jinxed myself. Yeah, I don't have a wall of shame. I mean, I got screwed up, but yeah, well, I shouldn't say that. I do have a wall of shame. There's some parts right there that will go on the wall of shame and everything. So yeah, so we've got this done. Now the next phase is we'll get the shop cleaned up, get these wings in their cradle. Maybe I'll get Denny over here to help me, even though I told him that take some time off and everything. He's got some projects he's working on, but I need two hands. So yeah, so we'll get these wings in the cradle and get them out of here. And then guess what, guys? We start on the good stuff, the fuel tanks. Yep. So I watched that video. Vans has got a really great video on the fuel tanks. The fuel tanks are going to go in here. Oh, I did look. One of the concerns, Denny had a great concern that this piece sticks out. That's the way it is in the designs. I mean, that's just the way and it really doesn't stick out that much, but that's the way it is. I mean, that's how they have it. Yeah, so wiring, I've decided I'm gonna go, I priced out, I looked at my zip tips, which are the winglets that go out here, and this is the edge, the wing edge. So I got the zip tips. I'll get those ordered. They'll take about 3 to 4 weeks to get here. No rush just yet, but yeah, we'll get those ordered. The wiring for that requires a 16 gauge wire and a 22 gauge wire. 16 gauge is for the power, 22 is for the controls or for the relays, the switch. So we've got that. I've got to look at the Dynon servos, what they require. I also have the pitot heat and everything, and I'm gonna get the Dynon pitot with the heated and with the AOA bracket. So that's gonna go in here or somewhere in here. I gotta look, and then we'll get that bracket. We'll go ahead and get that ordered and get that in the pipe to get that done. Vans gives you these wire runs here. I don't think I'm going to use them. I'm going to actually run conduit. So I'll just, block those off. I didn't cut the other ones, but I did cut these because once these ribs are in, you can't get to them. So I went ahead and cut them. If I decide to use them at a later date, I will probably use these here for sure for the pitot and the AOA runs. I'll go ahead and use these for the pitot and the AOA and everything. But like I said, all my electrical is going to be running in 5/8 PVC. I do have the clips. I got those. I'll have to show those to you guys later. I'll show it to you when I do it. And so I'll get those run. So, still got some wing work to do. Mainly wiring, getting everything ready, rocking and rolling. I am looking at putting the VHF radio antennas out here in the winglets. I don't know how they're going to work. I got to talk to the Aero lighting to see how those are going to work with those LED, because the LED and everything. But my plan is to run the VHF radio antennas in the winglets, but we'll see. So I've got those run. So yeah, there's still a little bit more work to be done, as far as the wing goes, getting it ready. But I'll get all those connectors out there. I've got a guy, retired Air Force. He worked on the 117. He was the one of the electricians or electrical avionics guy. So he's going to come in. I'm going to get him to come in and help me make these decisions. One of the things that he told me to do was to get quick disconnects for all the wiring, and absolutely I'm going to do that. I'm going to get quick disconnects, even out there on the outer edges. Everything will have a quick twist lock disconnect. So yeah, I'm really happy, man. I'm excited. It's actually starting to look like an airplane. I'll give you a shot down there. Now remember, this is the back of the wing. That's the front edge, and this is the leading edge of the wing, and this is the trailing edge here. Flaps and elevators That's what these brackets, these elevator brackets, those are the flap brackets. Obviously beefier because you're gonna slam those flaps down. What do flaps allow you to do? Allows you to come in at a steeper angle without increasing your speed. Yeah, and it does slow the airplane down. It is a form of a speed brake, but the true purpose of a flap allows you to pitch to put the plane into a steeper dive, but it will slow it down so you don't overspeed as you're going down, because as you, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this, but you control your airspeed by your pitch and power, but mainly your pitch. If you want to go, well, when you're ascending and descending, right? If you're in straight level flight, make sure I get this right. So when you're straight level flight, obviously your power of your prop pulling you through the air gives you the speed. But when you're ascending or descending, your speed is derived by your pitch, and then you apply power that will give you lift. So if you're getting too low, you apply a little bit of power, and that will give you lift. So, all right, so that's enough of that. And so yeah, I'm really happy. She looks, man, it's just impressive. I mean, 2 wings, you know, not done, but pretty close. Nah, not pretty close. Something tells me skinning these outer skins it's gonna be a challenge. Yeah, I just don't, to be honest with you, I don't know how you, oh, I guess you skin here. I don't know how you get these. Yeah, I guess you got to reach in. I don't know. To be honest with you, I just don't know. I think you kind of pull back and reach in. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge, but we'll get it done. Many of people before me have done it, and I'm sure there is definitely a will away. So you guys know the routine. Make sure you hit that like button, get notified, leave a comment, question, concern about the plane, building the plane. I'll be glad to answer them. Oh, by the way, the ATA, when you order, you get a set. So you get different sizes too, by the way. So I'll tell you that when you order for the pneumatic. So yeah, that's enough of that. I've got to, I'm gonna go ahead and get these riveted in, blind riveted in, and we'll call it a day.